Cam James makes content basically, how can I put it? He is so-called exposes grifters online, all right? And he make videos like this one where he spends 2 days with the Hebrew Israelites. I'm gonna tell you something off the bat, right? His whole channel is basically based around pointing out scammers, grifters, and stuff like that. And this is he's not the only one. It's a lot of people that does this kind of content. And he has a lot of videos where he's calling out FBA, ADOS, and Tariq Nasheed. Now, here's my problem with channels like this. It's because, to me, they don't benefit the community. Because I'm a grown man. I ain't finna let myself get scammed, dog. I'm not a dummy. I don't need no daddy to hold my hand. And I'm from the streets, you can't scam me. So what I would say is, if you're trying to get into content and you make your whole channel around calling out scammers and grifters, what I would recommend is start with the Fortune 500 corporations. Start with Monsanto. Start with the Red Cross. Start with, what's that plasma company name in the hood? Biotech, all of them. Start with BlackRock. Start with Israel for sure. Because they scamming the hell out of Americans. Like, we're literally giving the country to these people. That's the biggest scam and grift ever. Because a grift to me is a people that's selling you something that don't benefit you for real, but you giving them everything in return. Now tell me that ain't Zionism. See, if you look at what Trump doing, going to war, when he told us he wasn't gonna go to war, that's a scam and a grift against the American people, man. See, my thing be this. If you want to make a channel calling out scammers and grifters, then even it out. Call out some white folks too. And see, this is a red flag that you may be dealing with a channel that's controlled opposition. This is a red flag that this may be some COINTELPRO type stuff. When you coming out talking about FBA is a cult and all that, when it's just a lineage. When you spend hours on end looking into black people's background, investigate nothing but black people. When really, bro, if you really cared about black people, you would be talking about the scam Elon Musk is running in Memphis. That's right. What scam is that? Because you got a whole black mayor in Memphis that's allowing Elon Musk to break EPA regulations and poison the water and get people sick. That's going on now. So my thing be, if you want to make a channel calling out scammers and grifters, man, why every video gotta be black folks? That's right! Because yeah, we got scammers and grifters, but if this gonna be your niche, if you really care about us, you can't find me no black folks that's scamming and grifting they people more than these big white corporations, more than these foreign countries that's coming over here. Palantir and these medical companies that's coming over here, and our politicians allow them to use us like guinea pigs and tamper with our food, our air, our jabs, you know, to the kids and stuff. Yeah, can't forget Bill Gates. See, my thing be, I don't mind people calling out Umar Johnson, but nigga, that's a little cheap ass school, man. That's right! Yeah, Umar is a grifter, he's a scammer, but I'm not gonna make my career around calling out this cheap crumb pinching ass black scammer. Nigga, Umar probably made $1 million total over a decade. We're talking hundreds of billions of dollars that these white folks making off your fucking indigenous lands. We talking about Dude, if you understood the kind of money that Israel was siphoning out of American tax dollars, just from the Holocaust reparations, nothing else. We ain't talking about just alone. We give Israel billions and trillions of dollars just because they are victims of the H word, the Holocaust. This is facts. And y'all on here mad at niggas talking about reparations. These are red flags that someone sent y'all, and that this some COINTELPRO anti-black. It's some white nationalism disguised as we trying to protect you from grifters and scammers. When the people that's really poisoning and killing us, you ain't got one video about them, nigga. Every thumbnail is a black person. What the fuck? And yes, black people got a lot of scammers and grifters, and I'm with you, man. Call them out. But why is it only black people? Just like this brother just called out Rashad Richey for having a fake degree, when these Jews got a fucking fake history. That's right! You worrying about a damn black man with a fake degree when you got people that took over your country. You got a foreign power in charge, and they got a fake ass history. Come on, man. This is crazy. We got to stop this shit. It's like crab in a bucket, man. And then you go on Rashad channel, and he got to defend his degrees, man. This man brought receipts and all that proving his degrees are confirmed and validated. And I bet you Cam James ain't going to come out and say, I was wrong. You know, I thought my research checked out. Now that'll give him more credibility. That'll give him more credibility if he comes out and say, you know what, I was wrong about Rashad. My bad. He showed his receipts. The brother is accredited and validated. He ain't gonna do that. He either gonna ignore this or gonna double down on it. You know, and this man got people from the university vouching for it. He got receipts, photos, all that shit. So my thing be why I don't suggest no black man get into this lane with content. It ain't sustainable. Because check it out. If you're only gonna call out black scammers and grifters, once you get from Umar Johnson, if you want to call out Tariq, okay, then now you gotta reach. It ain't a lot of big black grifters and scammers that's famous and online that you can just call out, like the Umars and the Rashad Riches. Notice these are all black men that are online with internet personalities. Real black grifters and scammers don't prefer a big famous online personality to blow them up. Because the real scammers and grifters are just hood niggas that's into scamming, credit fraud. They doing that in the hood. Online, there are a lot of grifters and scammers, but compared to other groups, it's minuscule, which is why once you say Tariq, and Tariq ain't a grifter or a scammer, but I'm just showing you his list. He got Tariq, he got a couple of black dudes you can see right here in this starter pack, and some of them are scammers and grifters, others are not. For example, Rashad Richey ain't. Tariq ain't, you know, so he is hit or miss, which is why I say I wouldn't recommend you getting into this kind of content, because you got to kind of reach for the next black man to try to catch in a grift or a scam. And he will admit on some of these videos, it ain't illegal, it's just bad business. So you kind of being picky too, like you're really going out of your way to really investigate things that don't really affect black people. For example, Umar not building that school don't set black people back. It don't. It just ruins his damn credibility. That's right. Everything, like, it isn't hurting black people to a point where we need superheroes and capes like this guy making videos and doing this. So that's why I say it's not really a sustainable career, you know. Because if you ain't gonna add the other races, then you ain't gonna, your content gonna be limited. You know, where you gotta find the next black dude every time. And in the case of Rashard Richey, he's proven that he does have his degree. So like I say, it's just not a good niche to be in. It's very shabby, in my opinion. There are people calling out grifters and scammers who I respect, but it's because they call out all of them. They really care about black people. So it no matter what color your skin is, if you doing some behavior that's detrimental to our people, they call it out. It ain't just black scammers or grifters, right? That's a popular niche because people from the far right will push and get behind this stuff. Anything to undermine anything black, you know, brother with degree, a movement of black people coming together, and these guys can attack this stuff under, we're trying to protect you from scamming and grifting. Like, bro, we all from the hood. You ain't really gonna scam and grift the most of black people, man. That's right! The fact that Umar Johnson only made $1 million in a decade, that's pennies, dog. That's crumbs. That mean black people ain't falling for the stuff, because we saw a long time ago it was bull crap, which is why he ain't finished the school, because the support stopped. It's hard to scam and grift black people for a long time like that. When we catch on, bro, and it's a lot of red flags and deadlines miss, we tend to back out, man. These are just facts. I'm online. I know this. That your word count in this internet space. That's right. You can ruin your damn career and your trust for the people overnight. I've seen it. The people ain't just a bunch of dummies. I'm telling you right now, they will cancel your ass. That's right. So, I mean, anyway, let's play this video.
Or you feel like you have to find different qualifiers to bargain and barter for your worth to this experiment, the American experiment. So when you bring up the different black contributions to the United States, what you're doing is you're at the table and you're trying to negotiate, not with me, you know, but with white supremacy itself, and saying, hey, I have value. Let me in the club. You need, or you feel like you have to find different qualifiers to bargain and barter for your worth to this experiment, the American experiment. So when you bring up the different black contributions to the United States, what you're doing is you're at the table and you're trying to negotiate, not with me, you know, but with white supremacy itself. And
you're not trying to negotiate with white supremacy. You're engaged in political dialogue. And Negroes who not into politics will just look at it like you're begging white supremacy. But the dudes who talking, they had to fill out a contract to be YouTubers. YouTuber could have denied them. Ain't nobody begging nobody. What's happening is, on a political level, the establishment is undermining black people because they're saying we're worthless, we're ignorant, we're lazy, and we haven't contributed nothing to America. So when you have white people in politics talking like that, you got to have your black representative go up there and check that shit and say, wait a damn minute, my people built this country, and we got to remind them of all of the achievements that our people have manifested in this country and how we've built this country on our back. We ain't trying to tell the white man, beg no white supremacy. And that's a very tethered way to look at it. That's a very shallow, dumb way to look at it, because when these tethers come over here, they got to beg the white man. They got to literally go through a screening process where the white man got to allow them access to the country. This is a tether talking. You can hear in his voice he's a tether. And they have to do all the begging. We have to do all the reminding. We have to remind the white man who the hell we is because he get amnesia. You wouldn't know that if you were a damn tether. This country got a damn amnesia problem. If you don't constantly remind them of your achievements, they'll forget them tomorrow, nigga. That's right. And you got to tell tethers that. These are things tethers don't know. This is why everything y'all enjoy over here, you owe that to Black Americans. You know why you get to enjoy that? Because we constantly reminding these folks who the hell we are. If we stop one damn day, they'll say we didn't do shit. These are the kind of people you dealing with. Whatever your people accomplish in this country, you got to retell that year after year and remind that to generation after generation, because this country will forget your damn greatness and they will remember all your shortcomings. Oh yeah, they'll remember how many murders you got. They'll remember how many times you fell on your ass. But when it come to telling the world how many times your people achieve greatness, they forget that shit. You got to be the one to remember that, fool. That's right. Talking about somebody begging the white man. We reminding his ass. Ain't nobody grinding harder than black folks in this damn country. Ain't nobody fought for more privileges and benefits in this country than black folks. And you can call that complaining and begging when you over here enjoying the perks of that. That's amazing. Amazing. Listen at this, man.
I don't need to wield it like a Yu-Gi-Oh card and say, you know, I don't need to do that. And yet again, I come back to empathy because I get it. You need, or you feel like you have to find different qualifiers to bargain and barter for your worth to this experiment, the American experiment. So when you bring up the different black contributions to the United States, what you're doing is you're at the table and you're trying to negotiate, not with me, you know, but with white supremacy itself, and saying, hey, I have value. Let me in.
You know what? If you don't say that, they'll forget that. And it ain't begging, it's reminding them who you are. They never let us forget who the Jews are or the Holocaust. And we don't call it begging. Don't you know that the amount of leverage that the small hats got in politics in this country comes from the fact that they will never let us forget how Israel is such a benefit for America. Even though Israel is a pain in our ass for real. It's a little brother that's doing too much. But Israel don't sell itself that way in politics. Israel sell itself as you need us, we're a benefit. Look at how much we've accomplished in your country. Look at how much we've done to help America. And that is how they gain leverage on a political level. You got to have your representatives up there, dummies, to remind them of why you are an asset to the country. You ain't begging for nothing. You're letting them know your worth. And they know your worth, but if they ain't gonna tell the damn world you're valuable, you got to go do that, stupid. That's right. You gotta go do that. The enemy ain't gonna stand up there and tell the world, you know what, these people are valuable. They've achieved a lot in this country. They deserve respect. They deserve the same thing we give in Israel. This is a foreign nation who went through a crime that didn't take place on American soil. We are an indigenous people that went through a crime that took place on American soil. Israel gets trillions of dollars of our tax dollars for reparations. But anytime niggas bring it up, they acting like it's the ultimate damn taboo and sin. They act like it's just fucking like, really? Reparation? We ain't gonna get, they act like they just get crazy. And it don't matter if we gonna get it or not. Because the conversation of reparations didn't come up with black people. This is a conversation white politicians brought up. Then black people jumped on it last, and when we jumped on it, it was only to say, listen, man, cut the check or shut up. We tired of hearing you white folks talk about reparations. Now check it out. When white politicians was using reparations as a selling point to get Negroes votes by just talking, none of these niggas was calling that out. None of these black men was saying, listen, you not gonna give niggas reparations, and niggas ain't gonna do right with the reparations anyway. They waited until black folks started saying, listen, white dude, quit talking about reparations because you ain't gonna cut no check. That's when black folks started talking about it. It was only to say cut the check or shut up. And then when we said that, niggas started saying, y'all begging the white man for money. No, we're not, you dummies. We telling the white man to quit talking about reparations because we working every day and we know he ain't gonna give us shit. That's right. How is that begging? How is it begging to tell the white man, cut the check or shut up? We telling them quit talking about it because we don't want to talk about. Not only do we don't think we gonna get reparations, we telling the white man to quit talking about it because we know he ain't gonna cut the check. We bluffing. We saying, okay, nigga, cut the check. We calling his bluff. It ain't that we think he gonna cut it. We're trying to end the conversation because white politicians are using reparations as talking points to gain leverage from black people. So niggas who don't study politics and don't know the history of the reparations conversation, they will say dumb shit like this. Ignorance, which is why I don't understand how FD Signifier and Cam James are gaining so much popularity. Oh, I do understand it, because the algorithm pushes anti-black stuff. The same white supremacists that they said we begging to are the same white supremacists that's pushing they shit in the algorithm because it's anti-black. That's crazy.
In the club. Let me in the club. Stop shooting me. Stop calling me out my name. Treat me as a human being. I've done for you. Please do for me. And unfortunately, as you're seeing, they ain't gonna do it.
It's a losing proposition. I think it always has been, and I've been fighting my kind of doomer to.
You know what I don't get about these guys? They really think you can call a black man a grifter and he respect you. Who the fuck raised you ignorant goofballs? That's right! Who raised this goofball Cam James? This goofball think that he can call a man a grifter and that the people gonna not call him names. Only a goofball would dish out name calling and act like a little boy when people do the same thing back to him.
That's right. Tendencies as I write this to be like, y'all, we're not gonna get reparations. Like, y'all know that, right?
I'm not even.
But the thing is this, we know that. We know that. These dudes are so goofy, they don't realize that the whole movement is based around telling the white man, you ain't gonna cut the check, so shut up. My thing is this, when the white politicians initiated the reparations conversation to gain black votes, why didn't y'all step in and say, we ain't gonna get reparations, quit lying to our people? That's right! They didn't do this to the white men. They waited till the black folks stepped up to the white men and said, look, man, you white guys just talking. Cut the check or shut up. And then they started coming to us saying, quit begging, man. We ain't gonna get no reparations. Tell me that ain't goofball behavior. Tell me that ain't goofball behavior.
Even worry about reparations.
Nah, man. I'm not
Because
even.
like our political education in America among black people is so bad.
Do we all need to be politically educated to get reparations? We didn't have a education in politics when they took your shit. That's all I'm saying. Don't you know when someone commit a crime against humanity and they say that they're sorry, and those people say, well, prove it by repairing a little bit of the damage you done. If you sorry, prove it. You did it for the Jews, you sorry for them, and you didn't even do nothing to them. Think about this, right? Imagine you live in a country where a stranger gets violated and they say, oh, I feel so bad for you. And they give the stranger all of your tax dollars. And you look at them and say, but wait a minute, remember what your people did to mine right here on this land? You said you were sorry about that and you didn't give us nothing. We never wanted shit. But if you handing out shit to strangers who didn't even face a crime on this land, and you say you sorry about what you did to me, imagine that. Imagine a bully. The bully bullied you every day. And he told you one day, you know, I'm sorry for what I did to you in the past. Then the bully sees a stranger getting bullied by another bully. And the bully goes over there and gives the stranger all of the money he stole from you. The bully bullied you for years and stole your money. And he said he was sorry, but he didn't give you none of your money back. But the bully saw a stranger getting bullied by another bully and gave them half of your money because he was sorry. Let that sink in a minute. Guess what? My thing is, if the bully's saying you sorry for what you did to me with your own hands, then you should surely give me some of my shit back versus give all of my shit to the stranger who got bullied, saying you sorry for them. And you ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this when it comes to reparations. The only reason black folks is engaging in the conversation is because we don't want white politicians to continue using it as leverage to gain votes. FD signifiers should know this, man. He keep talking about black folks not being educated in politics, but he don't even know the damn history of the reparations argument.
That's right!
Yvette Cannell, Tone Talks, Tariq Nasheed. These people didn't initiate the conversation of reparations. They didn't start that. White politicians did. Bernie Sanders was one of them. There were white politicians that just brought up reparations, liberal ones, because they was fucking trying to pander to black people and get votes. And it worked for a long time until ADOS and FBA came along.
That's right!
And we told niggas we ain't voting no more. Quit voting. Nobody in FBA go to the ballot boxes. If they do, they off code. Because the whole movement was about boycotting our votes because these people talking about reparations but ain't cutting no check. And people was forming hashtags like cut the check, tangibles, and all that. The reason Tariq was saying tangibles is because the white politicians who initiated the reparations conversation was only talking about it. So FD Signifier, he's a fake smart ass nigga. He's not really smart. He's what I call a fake smart nigga. He talking about niggas are not politically educated when this nigga don't even know the history of the reparations conversation. He don't even know how his people even got involved in it. Again, a nigga that's out of touch with his people for real and making white supremacist talking points. Boule bourgeoisie. That's what we dealing with. You can't trust these guys.
Reparations would be such a setup it would be such a setup, in my opinion, in my limited opinion. And I open myself up to critique from people that actually know better than me.
This pie in the sky kind of hypothetical.
He's saying that because black people ain't educated politically, reparations would be a setup. The white man giving you back what he stole from your ass would be a setup for you because you don't have an education in politics. Listen, if a nigga break in my house and take my property, me getting my shit back don't require a goddamn education, dog. It just require him to do the moral thing. I don't understand these wannabe smart ass niggas. Somebody took something from you and you said, listen, before you can receive back your stolen property from this robber, you got to go get a degree in politics. Fake smart ass niggas.
And I'm not
Because,
even,
like,
I think it always has been.
And then these niggas love to keep talking about black people like we just some damn dummies. Our people are just so ignorant politically, and we just so dumb when it comes. These wannabe smart ass niggas who got all these degrees, they go to these bougie ass colleges and they get out of there with the big head talking down on they people. Like they the only one in the group smart, when this man don't even know the history of the reparations debate.
And I've been fighting my kind of doomer tendencies as I write this to be like, y'all, we're not going to get reparations. Like, y'all know that, right?
I'm not even worried about reparations.
Nah, man. I'm not
Because,
even.
like, our political education in America among black people is so bad. Reparations would be such a setup. It would be such a setup, in my opinion, in my limited opinion. And I open myself up to critique from people that actually know better than me.
This pie in the sky kind of hypothetical that ADO shoots for, that FBA says it shoots for, but we'll never actually be able to organize effectively enough to get.
All I think about with reparations is Jay-Z doing Bitcoin in the hood. Like, that's all I can think about is
Dumb shit. That ain't even funny, it's corny. Like, it's simply undermining the fact that our shit was taken from us. Whether they gonna give it back or not, that's one thing. But making a joke out of the matter comes across as insensitive, non-empathetic to your own ancestors. See, because dudes like FD Signifier are Pan-Africans. And because of that, anything that got to do with indigenous American, they're gonna joke on it, undermine it, but if you joke on African stuff, then they get serious.
is fucking PPP loan nonsense.
And my thing be comparing reparations to PPP loans is just disrespectful to your ancestors. Think about that. This dude literally just compared reparations to PPP loans. This man compared someone coming and committing one of the worst acts against humanity, y'all. Let's go back and revisit what actually happened to our ancestors. It was a crime against humanity. You treated humans like animals for years. It was legal to treat them 3/4 of a human, to treat them like beasts of the field, to put them in chains, to put them through psychological simulations to alter their psyche. Even to this day, we're mentally affected. We've developed the psychology of slaves. The way that they're talking right now is proof of it. This man is comparing one of the sickest, most evil acts done against a group of people to a nigga doing a PPP loan. And y'all telling me FD Signifier is smart. This nigga fake smart. I don't care what nobody say. He's very ignorant and stupid.
has issues for, but we'll never actually be able to organize effectively enough to get.
All I think about with reparations is Jay-Z doing Bitcoin in the hood. Like that's all I can think about is fucking PPP loan nonsense. Like don't be wrong, it'll be good for some people, but like it would have to be such a societal restructuring.
Yeah.
But no, it don't. You just give people what you owe them, and the people who dumb, guess what? What I heard, a fool and his money will soon depart.
That's right.
What the next man do with his paycheck don't matter to me. You got some dummies out there that's making 10 racks a month. They got good jobs. It ain't just reparation talk. It's the fact that what a person do with their money is up to them. You ain't they damn daddy. That's like saying, listen, the crackhead that go to work every day, you shouldn't give them their paycheck because they just gonna smoke crack. Guess what? As a boss, I got to pay them for their work, man. What they do with their money, that's on them. I'm not their daddy. If they go and get high and OD on it, I'm going to sleep well at night if I'm your boss. If I pay you a paycheck and you go and overdose on a drug, I ain't going to lose a bit of sleep. I'm going to just hire somebody else and pay them what I was paying your ass. What you do with your money is on you, man. But I got to pay you for your work. You're an adult. And that's what I'm saying. They try to treat black folks like babies and kids. These dudes are dangerous because they talk about y'all like y'all some little ass children. Don't get that boy that money. He just gonna buy a bunch of candy and rot his teeth out type shit. Like, I'm not a child, man.
Has issues for, but we'll never actually be able to organize effectively enough to get.
All I think about with reparations is Jay-Z doing Bitcoin in the hood. Like that's all I can think about is fucking PPP loan nonsense. Like don't be wrong, it'll be good for some people, but like it would have to be such a societal restructuring presented to me that I'm like, there's no way we can fuck this up. Versus like a big check for a bunch of grifters to go grab so we can give it to.
Think about this, right? If I'm a grifter, but you rob my house and steal all of my shit, you're a robber. And I think being a robber, a murderer, a slave master, a rapist, think about what happened to black people. They was hung on trees. The babies was thrown to alligators. What's worse? What Tariq Nasheed doing or what the slave master did? Because what we're talking about is a people being paid back for one of the sickest, wickedest acts against humanity. It put them at the bottom of society, which means them scamming and grifting is a result of their social status. And their social status is a result of the crime that took place on them in the past. But so for you to ignore that and only talk about, it's like saying, okay, there's a homeless man stealing food out of a store, but he's only homeless because the government seized his property illegally. Instead of us talking about the government seizing that man's property illegally, we keep talking about him stealing the candy bar out the store. He wouldn't be stealing the candy bar out the store if the government didn't make him homeless and seize his property. If we really cared about morality, we would deal with the government seizing the man's property illegally versus a little damn candy bar, because there's levels to this shit. And if you want to pick on a nigga stealing a candy bar versus some people that seize some niggas' property illegally, then we know you don't really give a fuck about morality.
That's right.
You faking. You faking.
Earn Your Leisure. You know what I'm saying? Boyce Watkins, Jay-Z, and Tariq Nasheed.
All right.
Everybody you just named, none of them can compare to the damn slave master. I don't understand y'all. Because when it comes to reparations, that is the slave master paying us back for what he did. When it comes to what Umar Johnson doing, that's a few people that gave him $50 here, $100 here. And people who really got it like that may have sent them 5 racks, 10 racks. Cause you got those big donors who pockets run deep. Not, they can donate a little more. But in all, Umar didn't make nothing but a little over $1 million, and it took him a decade to do that. People, that's pennies. That's pennies. And you telling me that what the white man made from free labor for 400 years, you telling me that ain't more of a crime than a nigga who said, donate to my school, but ain't finished building it yet. He actually got the school now, but he just ain't, he is in over his head, right? His grift was, he knew that the amount of money he was asking for wasn't enough to cover no damn school. And people are saying Umar knew that. He was just asking for that money to live off. And I believe him. I'm with you on that. But I'm saying what Umar guilty of ain't as evil of y'all giving the white man a pass for what he did. That's crazy, bro. It's crazy what y'all doing. And it make me see that y'all don't really care about right and wrong. You just care about bringing black people down. Because I don't mind a person calling out Umar and all them. But for you to undermine what the white man did makes me say you full of shit. You just hating on these niggas now. Because it'll be different if you were saying, listen, yes, the white man should pay for what he did because he's just as wrong too. He's evil. What he did was sinister. And what Umar is doing is wrong too. And what Tariq is doing is wrong. I don't mind this brother having an opinion about Tariq. I don't mind him criticizing Boyce Watkins and all these black guys. But for them to just give the white man a pass, it makes me say you're a hypocrite now. You don't really care about right and wrong because you would equally, let's hold every man accountable for doing wrong.
That's right.
And if just like I agree with him, Umar should pay reparations to the people who donated because they're victims of a crime and a grift, right? He benefited off that and enriched himself by deceiving this group of people. And if you ask me, Umar would have to pay that money back to them people in the form of reparations to repair that situation. But if I'm going to say that about Umar for a little bit of school, then I got to say that about the West Indian Dutch Company who created a whole fucking nation off deceiving people, killing people, murdering people, graping them. I can't act like I really care about Umar doing wrong, but I don't care about what these people did wrong within the institution of slavery. At that point, you just become a joke and a hypocrite, in my opinion.
Organized effectively enough to get.
All I think about with reparations is Jay-Z doing Bitcoin in the hood.
Yeah, at that point, you just mess everything up. Let's go to the call lines. Let's see who we got, man, real quick before I go further. Okay, so let's see. Anybody want to join the call? If not, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here because I got some other streams lined up. I got some other streams lined up for today. Just had to come early morning type stuff, man, to show y'all the hate. Peace and much love. Peace and much love to everybody. Make sure you like